like a drink, you won't get a better deal than this anywhere. 10 for a stubby holder, and the first drinks on the house. Any drink at all. Canadian Club, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker, Bundy Rum, vodka, cruiser, beer, pear cider, apple cider, glass of wine, or all of the above if you can fit it in one stubby holder.
Have you got a local drink?
Mate, I'll do it, I've run out.
Oh, okay.
I've got one IPA left from New Zealand. It's beautiful.
I love that.
Try that.
Yep.
Anywhere there, the kids on the front row. The little ones sitting on the front row. Okay, guys, we've done the tour. Come down the front now, please. Okay. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
But, it was busy. But we don't very often get rid of this many people, but we've got 100 odd people from the Renault car clubs. 47 years of collecting, one man's collection, mine. There's in excess of 20,000 empty beer cans. Then everything else here is Aussie. Proud of Aussies, aren't we?
Yeah.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi.
Okay. Now, there's one big girl here today who wants to be a helper, up the front. And then you can have your little job later, okay? So, you're my official helper, okay? Good girl. That tells you the service of motor cars. The newest car in there is the E.H. Holden, 1963, 1964. Can you grab this handle from here? Where's Mummy or Daddy? Who's got the phone? Come on, lift your game, get your camera out, son. Turn around and smile for Dad. Say, hi, Dad. Hi, Mum. Can you call a word out for Neil in a big voice?
Petrol!
I'll give a round of applause. Petrol, nice. Keep going with this way, honey. That's an early Australian petrol Bowser made by Epex, Burnley Street, Richmond, Melbourne, 1910. You pump backwards and forwards, 1 gallon either side, nozzle in the car, hit the lever, gravity feed, falls out. That was made in Sydney, 1918. That tells you all the countries we sent it to. New Zealand, Great Britain, India, France, and South Africa. Our Aussie Bowser went right around the world. That looks like a Roman chariot, so it's called a chariot. Come over this way, pretty much. This one over here, 1906 today, it's on there. 117 years old. It's a luxury item off the farm. Have a guess, what's it used for? Luxury item off the farm.
Wash your clothes.
I love when a bloke says that, and I can say, you've got no bloody idea what your drink looks like. That'd be typical for most blokes. Good girl, she's an excellent reader, she told me. Can you read the top line? What's that say? Give a round of applause, Light of Australia! You won't get much more Aussie than that. And then it says safety air gas. Don't trip one down like this, honey. You know how to do it like that? Mummy can do it. Light of Australia safety air gas, a gas producing unit. This before electricity on the farm, gas lighting. They run gas with thing called carbide. You throw carbide at the top. Turn the handle around, you crush it. You pour water in the funnel here, and the gas comes off this line here. More of a quid. Steam engine at the front, belt trim off the roller. Turn that handle for you, honey. Round and round the circle. Good girl. Take a photo, Dad. Lift your game. Get into it.
Dad's got a beard.
Come on, Mum.
That's a close one.
No. Hang on. 1 minute. How about your little sister? She can turn the handle too. Bring her up. Can you turn this one? Can you turn the handle for Neil? Well done. Okay. Can you call out a word for me? Butter! That's a butter working table. That's a butter churn. That's a plastic water treatment because making oysters. That's your first fridge in Australia called come on, my old blokes on the back row.
Cool box.
Good man. It's the Coolgardie safe, the Cool Box, the meat safe. They had all different names, but they were originally invented in Coolgardie, WA. Fill the dish with water, wet the hessian bag, load over the side, and the wind blows through. That's at Flemington Racecourse for 160 years. The Melbourne Cup's been there every year. Around 9 years ago, now they built the new grandstand, they put a bolt in. Had no need for that anymore. They heard about my museum, they sold it to. It weighs 1.2 tonne, 160 years of Flemington history. Now, for a young mum and my little pretty helpers down here, you're going to play a poker machine. Now, when you're going to be 18 like Mummy, she just turned 18, I reckon. There you go. Do not play poker machines because you'll lose your money. Okay. Dad, you're going to go up here.
Come on, Dad.
This one is from the Depression of the 30s. That runs on tokens, not money. That runs on 6 pence, that runs on 2 shillings. Dad first. Come and pull the handle down. Watch it spin. All the way down. Watch it spin. A queen at 10. Get out of here, loser! Don't play. Come on, mummy. A young mum. Pull the handle, honey. Get out of here, loser! Come on, pretty one. You pull the handle. All the way down. A jack and a king. Winner, winner, winner. You can't yell words at little girls, no. Okay. And come on, good turn. Mummy, lift her up. Lift her up so she can see, Mum. That's a true winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner! You're now a big girl. Look at the smile. You're a very big girl now, aren't you? Do you like being a big girl? Yeah, of course she does. Okay, can you call out a word for Neil? Can you say... Go! Give her a round of applause! There you go. She was standing on my rarest piece in the whole museum. Ooh. That's a strong box from a Cobb & Co coach for the gold. For you folks later, we do have the Cobb & Co coach. When you walk later on, the last and the right for Horse Drawn Carriage Museum, 9 100-year-old carriages in there. If it's got 4 wheels on it, you can throw the kids up and take a photo, okay? No worries at all. 2 stories now. You can have your photo taken there too. Yes, you can. You can get your photo taken too. Yeah. Who's that silly man? Oh. The wife reckons I'm king of the kids. Why? Because I've never grown up. I've got 12 kids. The only thing is, I've got to tell you, at my age, some of them in their 20s, I used to take them out and I'd shout dinner. By the time you get them all together, there's 30 people in the group and about $1,000 for tea, but we don't do it all the time, they're down in Tassie. But now I've worked it out. I buy the tea, they buy their drinks, because these bloody 20-year-olds all drink Jim Beams and Jack Daniels and things that cost you a fortune. They cost you more in drinks than bloody tea. So now I tell them, you buy your own drinks, pop shouts the dinner. Folks, we're nearly done. You stay there, honey, you're doing a good job. Now stay there, I've got more jobs for you in a minute. I'm just going to share 2 beautiful stories with you from the First World War, but I'll ask the question first. Do any current serving or retired military personnel? Anyone serve? Still serving?
No.
Oh, I'm currently, yes, still serving.
Oh, good girl, well done. In the Navy or?
Oh, no, in the RAF.
In the RAF, well done, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, is that where you bet?
Yep.
Oh!
No, we both served though.
Yeah? How good is that, 2 youngsters? Give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for your service to our country. Okay. That is so good. So, I'm going to share some story with you. After that first war, the Great War as they called it, the Australian government brought back 154 cannons and field guns to Australia as a trophy or a memento. They brought them back on the top of the battleships. They took them to the War Memorial, where they photographed them. Major General Billett produced a book called War Trophies. Tells me they were captured, where they went to. That's a field gun. That came to Echuca, the town you're visiting today. There's photos, guys, what the gun should look like in mint condition. So the 50s and 60s photos, past tense. That was the main street of Echuca. Big tall statue called a cenotaph, avenue of palm trees, brass plaque at the base of every tree. 1 tree per local bloke killed in the war. The gun was there. The bottom photo, same facades of the building. That's your view north of McDonald's today. The entire avenue of honour's gone. The council, I used to say bad people, but I think hopefully it was just a bad decision. They weren't bad people. 1963. So they didn't want to glorify war anymore, and they were beautified the main street. I was showing respect. The 60s was the era though. Make love, not more hippies, anti-Vietnam. They towed that down the tip and buried it. Ripped out the avenue of trees down the tip. The brass plaques with sold his names. MIA, misconnection gone. And the folklore around here is that not the tip scrap metal got a few pounds, bought beer. Thank God they saved the statue. Moved into one of the back streets. 20 years ago now, a local bloke said, to find that gun, started digging. 4 years of digging, $50,000 later.
Wow, good on you.
Now, that's you and me, my best helper. I'm going to share something really special with you now. 60,000 Australian troops did not come home from the First War. 60,000. The government would give some back to the families. They go, one of them, one of them. Not much for your life, is it?
No.
That there's a copy of the form he signed when he enlisted in 1914. The Australian Imperial Force, that's his handwriting. Lloyd Leslie-Locke was his name. How old was he, pretty one?
22.
Good girl. Show everyone.
22.
22 years of age. This one, the official title is a dead man's plaque, but it became commonly known as a dead man's penny. Cast into here, we have got a soldier. Yes? What's that animal?
A tiger. A lion.
It looks like a tiger, but it's a lion. Good girl, it's a lion. She's lion-hearted. His name's engraved there. Lloyd, Leslie, what's his last name?
Lion.
Lots, good girl. And right outside it says he died for freedom and honour, and they misspelt the honour with a V. Not V for victory, and not V for valour. V because in the First War you fought for king in the country. King George V, the march of the First War. So he was the king, they spelled honour here with a V. Who's heard this before? That's why you come to museums like that.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you.
Now, stay there, John. You're doing a fantastic job. Can you ring the bell for now? Can you have a little ring too, pretty one? You're going to go too, pretty one? Oh, another pretty one over here. Another pretty one there. Okay, just hang on, just hang on.
There's another pretty one there.
I was going to say, you guys are pretty.
Tony, you got him on your bedside table there. Yeah, he does. Brings that nothing up, is it? Yeah,
Okay. Well, you have a little go too, mate. You have a go too, honey. Did you hear that? You know why I did that? Take all you girls have rung my bell today. Can you read it, honey? What's it say?
Olympic, Melbourne, 1956.
One lap to go, 56 Melbourne Olympics.
Oh, yes.
How good is that? You rang the Olympic bell.
Wow, there you go.
And turn in this direction, guys. History on the beer cans, right here. From there to there, that one there, and all those down there. They're the very first beer cans in the world, 1934. Australia, 22 years behind the rest of the world. South Australia, the first one's 1956. A flat top can, which means there's no wrinkle. Put the old open on the top. But as if we wouldn't know how to get the beers in Aussie. They have instructions. How to open? Pierce here and pierce here. Is this your daddy here? I think it is. So I've got a question for you. Is your daddy clever? Good girl! Hey, give her a round of applause. That's a nice answer. Now, guess what, Dad?
Yes.
When they're this age, I always ask the question, and they always say yes, because they're good. But let me pre-warn you, because I only did the last tour, and they were about 14 or 15. When they be teenagers, they turn into smart asses, mate. They go, no, he thinks he is, maybe. But let me tell you that when they get to about 20, I've got grandkids in the 20s now, they come around again, they come all right again. They just go through the teenage years and they rebel, mate. But that's life. So you get the last question on the tour. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
What is man's two favourite things, the average man, anywhere in the world?
Sex and beer.
No, he asked him.
What'd you say?
He asked
Sex and
him.
beer.
Well, I like the order of that too, honey, but I think beer and women will do, because if you're in New Zealand, sex would have been a sheep hunting, okay? They love their sheep hunting. Any Kiwis here? Ah, right. Yeah. They don't share their sheep and they don't share them either. They only kiss the pretty ones. Yeah, I know. In the corner, Tennis Lager in Scotland. They worked it out. Put the beautiful girls in the beer cans, you'll sell more beer. They did it for over 40 years. There's over 200 girls there. On the top left, there's 60. The name of the girl and the time it's up to. One says Pat was lonely and Vicky was impatient. And Susan shows her leg. Okay. For my big helper today, look at that. That's a spring here, rolls up and down your arm, and it's fun. You can have one of them.
Oh,
and
thank you.
I think you'll really be big enough to do that too. So there you go. And for a little bumper over there, we've got a little soft edge book, so you've got to learn to read them. So a little present for you too. There you go, you have a little book.
Thanks very much.
Okay guys, so car club people, you know where to go. The food's about to get served. For all of you folks, you have got heaps to see. You do this room first. Then you head out, thanks guys, then you head out the door and do the farm museum. The car museum's at the far, far end in honour of Dad. My dad was 77 when I owned this museum, worked with me every weekend till he was 87, and then the last 4 years of his life was tough. Strokes, cancer, he got every bloody thing. So, but I built my house on the property, so after he died, I turned his shed into a car museum. It's beautiful. Some of the stories about Dad's life's on the wall. Now, if you enjoy reading that, when you go halfway down this left side down here, there's two lights lighting up some cabinets. The first cabinet's got an old police uniform in it. That was mine. I was a policeman for 37 years, but I retired 11 years ago. But my mum passed away 20 years ago, and I kept her old stuff, and I put a story about Mum. Dad's got a whole shed with bloody big stories about him. Mum's got a little story this big. Look on the top section and read, because Mum had a tough life. But everyone loves him, Mum. Yeah. So, yes, have a little read about Mum on the way round too. Okay. So, thank you so much for coming. Have a happy Easter! And a high five. You were the best helper I've had all day. You were? Okay, and you were a good helper too. Well done. Okay. Okay, guys, you know what to do. Take photos, go wandering, make yourself at home.
That's what, you look at the star rating for this place and it's just 5 stars. Hundreds of people, 5 stars is never a problem here at all. J. Furphy and Sons. Oh, so Furphy's Shepparton. Oh, look at that, a can dress. How would you like a dress like that? Oh, God. Wonder when that was made. Do not touch the displays. Yeah, it won't touch it, no way. Must have been his dad, the owner, Coca-Cola. Oh, geez. Look at all the Coca-Cola cans. So we're saying that they dug this up and put it on display. The story was that they buried it. Didn't want anybody, the hippies didn't want the war to be known. what are we looking at here? These are all the barrels that farm water cart, Furphy's farm water cart. So it makes you wonder, you know, Furphy started this way as a carting company. Bloody cabinet on wheels, it's got beds in it. Like a, what do they call them? It's like a gypsy's shed.
Wow.
And you're recording just...
Yeah.
Orchard sprayer. He's got a label on this one. Has that got blades on it? Oh, is that a fan or something? Why has it got blades on it? Or is that retrofitted to be something else? Once it was something, now it's something else. Maybe a slicer? Is this dual bag? Oh, chaff cutter. Okay. So that's what they are, they're blades. Good to know. All these inventions from many, many thousands of years ago. Oh look, they even got a metal dog. Geez, technology. A grain winnower. Grain winnower. Okay, winnower. Who knows what's that? It's interesting. Walking sheds. Really kept this place up really clean and tidy and not nasty at all. And there's T model Ford truck. So it's the story of his dad, of him and his dad. Oh, yeah. It's really a bit of it wasn't so zoomed out. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the little one. Oh, that's so cute. We're going to take a photo of you in front of it.
We had 1969, 1,100 people died in Victoria.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go in here, have a look around. Look at the carriages that were up here. Please attend the main shed first. Enjoy the guided tour. You are most welcome to return to view our extensive display of beer steins and horse-drawn carriages. Alrighty, we've got some horse-drawn carriages. No one's in here. Oh, Cobb & Co. Look at this little one. How cool is it? Come on. Nice little old piano. Oh, look at this bloke. Hello. I'll just get down here. Look at the woodwork around the rear of the seat. A lady would be impressed if she was taken out to dinner in this cart. Oh, it is quite nice. Wow, very nice. Built by carriage makers Peyton, this company later made a motor vehicles. Oh, Peyton. A beautiful restoration by Trevor Morrissey from Bort, Victoria. Got a bit of age now to it, even though it's been restored. Similar to Cobb & Co, but a opposition company that coach is restored in original condition. Victoria, about 100 years ago. The Bort Dairy. Phone 165. Phone 165. Oh my God. You can still see the original sign writing on the side. Put in a shed in the Lonkington by Weller family. Oh. You can still see the sign writing on the side. Yeah, Collins Limited. Major video. Now, wouldn't that be great in a shed? Someone's a big Western Bulldogs fan. Oh, enamel signs. Okay, history of enamel signs. What, in Australia? Pause it if you want to see it more. So to keep them more protected and locked up. It's really good. Post box. Let's go inside and capture some. Ooh, look at this. CBA Bank, Commonwealth Bank of Australia. I guess you wouldn't say Commonwealth Bank of Australia Bank. Herald Sun. Here they come. They're all loud and coming.